What's up guys, Cliff here from the Sunday Drive. Normally we show you how to fix things or upgrade things on your vehicle. Today is not going to be one of those videos, so stay tuned. Now as you guys know, we deleted the DOD AFM system from my 2014 Silverado, and we shot those videos a while ago, and as you saw the last couple of weeks we've been updating you on what's been going on with the truck. Specifically, the last video we put up, we went over some of the things that we had found so far, or rather hadn't found because we didn't know what was wrong. Now we know what was wrong. So that's what today's video is going to be about. It was not what I was expecting, not what anyone really expected. I talked to as many people as I could think of, showed them the installation video that we did. You know, is there anything that we did wrong? Everyone said you did everything perfectly, you did everything right. They gave me things to check, and these are guys that have built many motors, and everything I checked that they told me to check came back okay. So I couldn't identify the issue. When we were shooting the last video, I got a dial gauge and we checked all of the lifters, which you see out on the table over here. So we checked all of the valves, excuse me. We checked how far the valves were rising and falling, what that delta distance was. And we found that the valve on cylinder number 5 was raising a lot more than the rest. Most were raising around 0.3536 inches. That valve was raising around 0.43 inches. So a big swing. So we knew something was wrong. So I went ahead and I pulled off that rocker arm, and we found a crack in the head where the perch had actually split open, as you guys see here. So I reached out to GPI and I said, hey, have you guys seen any of this? This is something we found. What do you think is wrong? And they said that they've actually seen issues with the trunnions occasionally causing this. I'm not really sure how that could cause this, but they said occasionally the trunnions could cause this issue. Now, before you stop watching the video, this is not what the problem is with the truck. This is a symptom of what is wrong, but stay tuned. We haven't gotten to the good part yet. So I said, okay. I asked a couple other people. They said it could have hydrolocked, but you would have had a ton of oil or something in there, which we didn't have. But either way, when I reached out to GPI, they were very helpful. They said, send it back to us. It's something that we can definitely repair, and we'll, get it back to you within a couple weeks, no charge. So I was like, all right, that's very helpful, very nice of them to do. I didn't even really have to ask for that. They just offered. So felt good about that. So fast forward to this weekend, I got the truck pulled apart. I decided to pull both heads off. I haven't pulled off the passenger side head yet, but we pulled off the driver's side head. You can see all the parts that are around me. And I've gotten very good at taking this motor apart. But I pulled off the driver's side head, and I was very curious to see if there had been any valve on piston contact, because definitely the noises that we were hearing sounded like the push rods were too long. It sounded like there was slop in the valve train, and there definitely was no slop in the valve train. I'm gonna mute my phone. So there was definitely no slop in the valve train. So the only other thing I thought maybe could be happening was valves hitting pistons, which would have meant the timing was off. Pete and I went back and we watched our video where we assembled the engine, and we're like very confident the timing is right. You guys can go back and watch the video and you can see that we timed the motor correctly. So unless the teeth had jumped somehow, we knew that the timing was right. Now we still haven't pulled off the timing cover, but we did remove that driver's side head. And what we found when we removed that head was that valves had definitely been coming in contact with the pistons, and valves had been coming in contact with the sidewalls of the cylinders. And this still isn't what the issue is. This is still just a symptom of the issue. So we are still getting to the good part. So we're looking at it, pulled a valve out. There's a slight bend to it, but there's like no damage or wear on the valve. So we were very, very confused. Started looking at the heads more closely. They were a different part number than the heads I had pulled off. Now GM has a lot of different part numbers, so didn't really think much of that. I went back and looked at the order, and I had ordered ported heads for my 5.3 liter, so I had ordered the correct parts. Reached out to one of my buddies that has built a ton of motors, and he reached out to a guy that does head work. And what he said is I have the wrong heads. These are the heads I believe for the 6.2 liter. And the valve setup is different. And when you actually take a set of calipers and measure the width of the opening at the bottom of your head versus the cylinder, it's about an 8mm difference. So these measured at around 103, and my cylinder walls were around 96, just under 96mm wide. So what was actually happening, because I was sent the wrong heads, the valves were coming into contact with both the cylinder wall, so I have damage on my cylinder walls, as well as the top of the pistons, unfortunately. So this motor is gonna have to be pulled. This is not the outcome I was hoping. I really thought, I knew we had done everything right. I had the video documentation to prove it. Most people don't have that. They have to kind of think back, like, did I do everything right? We had the videos to go back and look at, so we were fortunate that way, where we could say, yes, we had done everything correct. So I was not expecting to find that the heads had been wrong. I thought maybe the push rods were wrong, but we had checked those. Like, that seemed like a simple solution, but I still thought it was gonna be something relatively simple. This was not what I was expecting. So we haven't reached out to GPI yet at the time of recording this. Maybe we will have some answers before we upload this, so there may be a little edit after this part. So if, depending on what they say, we'll let you guys know. But as of right now, we have found what the issue is with my truck. All I can say is, even though when you order the right part numbers, as you saw when we did the Silverado lift video, we ordered some right parts with that and got sent some of the wrong things. Check your part numbers, guys. I assumed everything was right. GPI is a company that builds motors, so I assumed they had sent me the right thing. And unfortunately, that was a wrong assumption to make. So stay tuned. We're gonna be pulling this motor out of here, swapping in a different one. I'm not gonna get rid of the truck. I still really like this truck a lot. And as you guys have all seen, the used truck market is like crazy right now. So I don't even know how much it would cost to replace this truck. But it's still not worth it. When you can do all your own work like we can, it's not a huge cost to swap it. But we're definitely gonna reach out to GPI and see what they can do for us, because this wasn't our fault. This was the wrong part. So stay tuned. We wanted to update you guys with what was going on. I didn't really want to upload any of these videos until we knew what was going on. And today we did figure that out. So I didn't want to start putting stuff up until we had an answer for you guys. We have that answer now. Not the one I was hoping to find, but we have it. So that's it, guys. We always want to be open and honest with you guys. I know there's a lot of YouTubers that will hide the truth, or just, put up what they want you guys to see, they want their viewers to see. We definitely, people make mistakes, things happen, and we want to be upfront with you guys, because when mistakes happen, that's actually usually what is the most helpful. So when it happens to somebody else, they know what went wrong. And we will get back to making videos on the Silverado very soon. I'm very excited to have this truck back on the street. It's been too long. So it needs to be done before the winter, because my Camaro is not gonna see any salt, and I can't borrow my brother's XJ forever. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you here later.